So for my Protostomes video project, I chose the title fitting Born for Blood, and my project is about leeches. I thought this was the typical stereotype when you think of leeches and the environment and how some humans can be scared of them and what they can do for their blood sucking abilities. So a little bit about leeches. Their scientific name is Hirudo medicinalis, and this is the medicinal leech. There's over 600 species of leeches. However, this is typically the most common, and especially in like research and things of that nature, this is what they are sought after. So they are segmented worms that are mostly parasitic, most similar to your everyday earthworm. Them and earthworms are both in the phylum Annelida, and so this is like the most closely related organism. They have poor eyesight, 10 eyes, and their bodies lengthen and contract. The natural habitat, leeches are found in freshwater environments. This mainly consists of marshes, slow moving rivers, and ponds. They prefer covered areas where sunlight is not prevalent and the water is rich in organic material. So the ideal habitat would be something closely on the right. It's very shaded, and while they can also be in water or outside of it, they prefer the damp areas outside of it. So they are heterotrophic, which means they feed on other organisms and consume other organic matter for energy. This means they don't produce their own energy through photosynthesis or decompose on any other organisms. They have suckers at the anterior and posterior, which is unique to their specific species. The anterior side contains the mouth, which can pierce the skin with jaws or proboscis, and the posterior end attaches to prey, and it's also used for locomotion, so moving and getting around. Hirudin is the anticoagulant that keeps the blood flowing. This is also unique to their anatomy, for there's no blood in a certain spot. It's just something that their version of the cardiovascular system. So although many leeches act as parasites, they are consumed by many secondary consumers in the food chain. So things that consume them are fish, birds, amphibians, and aquatic insects. The amphibians and aquatic insects, they're unique to where the leeches can also prey on them, and they can prey on each other. The prey for the leeches, for non-parasitic ones, are small invertebrates, something that they consume. They're very tiny. And for the parasitic leeches, they need hosts. So most of the times it'll be a large animal, something that is way larger than they can consume, but they just feed off the blood. So the evolution started is Polychaeta, which is bristleworms in the annelid head, and furthermore, it went to Oligochaeta in the cytellum. That picture is of an earthworm. The next two leeches are essentially not really around. It's more of a like the anatomy of them. So the posterior and anterior body suckers is something that is unique to only the Hirudinea, and that is the traditional leech. They have 34 metameres, which means their body is segmented in 34 different segments. The tree of life, the domain and kingdom of obviously Eukarya and Animalia. And like I mentioned, the phylum is Annelida. The class is Cytolata and the order is Hydrodinea. Um, Earthworms are also in the phylum Annelida, and they are segmented worms similarly. However, they've adapted their anatomy and feeding habits for parasitic and predatory practices. Here are some images. On the right, you can see this picture taken during Lab 7. And on the left, it's the most common European medicinal leech, which is often used in research. So the importance, ecosystems, they mitigate small insect populations and aquatic organisms. They support their role as food for predators. They're essentially just a worm in the environment they can consume, and they often are eaten. For humans, they're studied for research in modern medicine. They can be used after surgery for blood circulation, and they help prevent blood clots. Thank you.